Hello, you guys. Today is going to be another celebrity reading. What the fuck? Oops. Okay, my computer's still loading up. Anyways, today's going to be another celebrity reading, except this one is going to be purely psychic, intuitive, no cards. So if you're not into that, baby, I don't know what to tell you. Click on the next video. But today we're going to be doing Chappell Roan. Okay, a lot of things have been going on with Chaperone. I just feel like every time she comes on the internet and she opens her mouth, people find more things that are wrong with her. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, rightfully so. Chaperone is a brat. Okay, like she's a brat. Okay, no Charlie XCX. She's a brat. Okay, and not in the good way, and whatever. I'm gonna read her down because there's a lot of messages I get just simply by looking at her. So yeah, if you're into that, watch the video. I also, yes, hi, my name is Soraya. I'm a psychic intuitive, and I do offer personal readings. Period. We got two more slots open for this week. Go click the link down below. Okay, show your girl some support. They're only $20, and yes, you can ask 5 questions because I'm not doing 10 questions no more. I'm sorry. 5 questions, whatever you want, as long as it relates to the topic of the reading that you chose, period. And they are very detailed, all right? Very detailed answers. All right. Moving on, I also do Patreon. I just did a reading on Cardi B. So if you're interested in that, please go click the link and join the Patreon. The video is only $5. It's a one-time purchase, all right? And I have a Discord where we talk either in a group setting or one-on-one. If you need some emotional support, go to the Discord and message your girl. Now, Chaperone, let's read her down for filth. So, first thing they tell me with Chappell Roan is that she has issues with identity. She truly does not know who she is, right? She's still finding herself, which makes sense. I don't know how old she is, but they're making me feel like she's like 27, 25, around that age. She's still finding herself. She does not know who she is, right? A lot of these issues that she is dealing with stem from having a broken or an unhealed inner child. Okay. Chaperone's inner child is not fully healed because of something that she's went through, because something that Chaperone has experienced in her life. She is stuck at a certain age, right? And I feel like this age for her is her teen years, right? And when I say she went through something, I'm not picking up that it was necessarily like, or who knows, right? I don't know. I'm hearing it was just more so emotional and mental assault or abuse. I don't know if it was necessarily by a family member or if it was just simply like something at school. I feel like there's something she experienced at school as well that just added on to whatever it is that she was already going through. Because, those teen years are very sensitive years. Like anything that happens during those years could affect you and could change the trajectory of your life, right? That is when the mind is developing, but it is developing at such a sensitive point, right? You're already hyper aware of yourself and your body and you're insecure. You know what I mean? Those are the years where you need the most support, right? And I just feel like there's some things that happened during her teen years that really kind of just like turned her up a notch, and really affected her mental health, right? They are telling me that I do hear she suffers with bipolar disorder, but bipolar disorder is not the root of the problem, okay? I feel like she suffers with borderline personality disorder. I feel like that's the root of the problem. And this borderline personality disorder really kicked off when she experienced what she experienced at that teenage age, right? So she's stuck at 16 years old. That's why she comes off as this wannabe edgy, grunge, emo, wannabe teen, like, let me be different than everybody else. Yes, all right. Also, what I'm hearing is that Chaperone is going to continue to self sabotage, right? I want to tell you guys that people are not getting mad at her for no reason. She's come out and she said some very negative things. I'm hearing whenever Chaperone comes out, she's always talking about something negative. Oh, people don't really want to have kids. My friends don't want to have kids. They're miserable with their children. Um, just very negative. It reminds me of Doja Cat when she was going through her whole, oh my gosh, fuck my fans phase, which was very stupid. But fortunately for Doja Cat, she has the talent to back it up. So even though she said those crazy things and she's disrespected people for no reason, she has the talent to back it up. I think Chaperone has the talent to back it up, but I don't know. I don't know. It's different for her. Anyways. So moving on, I'm also hearing the reason why she's so negative is again because of that hurt, broken inner child. She needs to heal that inner part of herself. Whenever she lashes out and she speaks negativity, that is the hurt inner child in her speaking, okay? So for example, right? Say I come out and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know who would want to have children. Like children are fucking annoying. Like I would hate to have kids. Being a parent is miserable, right? Children are just the worst thing on earth." But the reason why I'm saying that, listen to this. The reason why I'm saying that is because when I was a kid, my parents treated me like shit and they didn't appreciate me. They didn't tell me they loved me. They told me I was a burden. So when I grow up, I'm going to now view kids as a burden. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So whenever she comes out and she speaks negative things like that, it's she's speaking from her own personal life experiences, right? It's like if I come out and I say, "Oh my gosh, life is miserable. Like I hate being alive," right? But that's because my life was miserable or I had previous miserable experiences. That doesn't mean it's like that for everybody, but I'm projecting. Okay, so there is an inner child in her that she needs to heal. Okay, I even see that dating for her, somebody who can date her could be miserable, right? Because she constantly flip flops and she's very easily upset. She's easily angered. But again, this is her inner child that keeps lashing out. And I would honestly recommend her go to a therapist, like not even a psychiatrist on some medicine shit. Like it's not something that can be really solved with medicine. You need to work through those issues that you experienced. Whatever you experienced around those teen years, you need to deal with that. Okay, she's going to continue to isolate herself from her fans because of this negative attitude. I mean, let's be real. Who wants to support somebody that every time they come out, they're speaking negativity? Like, damn, bitch, when are you ever happy? Right? And I don't understand celebrities like Chappell Roan that constantly come out and look, I feel like this setting boundaries with your fans is important, right? She's come out and she's like, "Oh, I don't always want to take pictures with my fans. I'm tired of you guys coming up to me and asking me for pictures." Baby, look, at the end of the day, ain't nobody is forcing you to be famous. You can always fall off the face of the earth, go get a house in Hawaii, and live somewhere out in the country, and you will never have to be famous again. You'll never have to come back out on social media, and after a couple months, people will forget about you. All right, you can always give up your spot for the next, because I promise you there's somebody out there that's more hungry and more willing than you are. All right, you are replaceable. I'm tired of these celebrities feeling like they're irreplaceable. There's 1,000 of you. There's 1,000,000 of you. Bitch, I could be you. Okay, I could be a pop star, bitch. Like, let me take that spot. Nobody's forcing you to be famous. And it's just disrespectful, right? It's this gaslighting the fans. Oh my gosh, it's about respect. I'm not your property. God forbid a fan comes out and says, "Hey, Chaperone, I really like your music. Can I take a picture with you?" Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, there are fans that are disrespectful, but let's not act like all the fans are just coming in your face like, "Oh my gosh, bitch, give me this picture. Give me your autograph, ho." Like, are they pulling a gun up to your head and forcing you? God forbid. Like, no. Like, yes, you're allowed to refuse, but newsflash, chaperone, that's what it's like to be famous. Yes, you're going to have people that adore you. These are the people that pay your bills, might I add. These are the people that pay your bills. You should be wanting to take a picture with them. Like, have y'all celebrities lost y'all fucking minds? Have y'all lost y'all minds? These are the people that pay your bills, baby. You're allowed to refuse, but let's not gaslight the fans like they're just annoying stalkers. You can always fall off the face of the earth, baby. And after a couple years, nobody will give a fuck. Okay? Promise you that. Promise you that. So, anyways, moving off of that, I don't know. She definitely obviously does not necessarily enjoy being famous. Here's what I'm going to say about Chaperone. And this part of her reminds me of Kanye West. She doesn't like feeling controlled, right? When we see her lash out at the photographers, which, yes, photographers can be rude, but yes, they're yelling at you. They're trying to get your attention. There's already a lot of photographers. It's a competitive field to be a photographer, right? Let me give y'all a glimpse into what it's like being a photographer. You got to be one of the first ones, or the first one at least, to post a photo of a celebrity, to you know what I mean, to print out leaks. Like it's a very competitive field. So yes, they're screaming all over each other. They're telling you to turn and this, that, and the third. Don't take it personal. It's not meant to be taken personal. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries. Like shout out to you, but at the end of the day, it's just the name of the game. You understand me? I feel like because of what she went through, I'm hearing she went through severe bullying, possibly. when she was like a teen or whatever. Um, and besides that, I feel like there's something else that she went through that causes her like to not feeling, she doesn't like when she feels control, or there's situations where she kind of feels like she has to do something, or somebody's making her feel like she has to do something, right? She's hypersensitive to situations like that due to what she went through previously. And because of that, I feel like she makes it a point. This also, if you guys know the influencer Jackie Ina, this is the same thing. Like because of what you went through, she makes it a point every time to express like to basically like show off her free will, right? Like when she walked up to that photographer and she was like, "Oh, da da da," and she was pointing her finger in his face. Yes, this really did happen on a red carpet at that. Um, it wasn't more so like, again, it could have been anybody. It could have been the photographer, it could have been a lady down the street. She was still going to react the same way because it's a major trigger for her. And I don't know if she'll ever admit to this, but it's a major trigger to her based off of what happened in her previous life, right? I don't know if there was a situation when she was younger where she felt like she didn't have control, and now she makes it a point to exercise her free will, but it's almost to her own detriment. All right. So again, like I said, her speaking negativity constantly is a reflection of what she went through, and her not being able to heal and get over those negative experiences that she went through, right? Overall, like I said, she seems like such a miserable person because her inner child is still hurt. There's a wound that's still hurt. Like there's like a, I see like a splinter in an open wound that she needs to take out and cleanse that shit with hydrogen peroxide, alcohol, and put a band-aid on it and let it heal. All right. I see her being famous is a really big learning experience for her. It's a karmic experience because her being famous is going to point out a lot of things in her that she may not have known before that she needs to heal and work with, right? Like the fans. Her getting mad at the fans is a mirror of her again. Her getting mad at the paparazzi is a mirror of her and an issue that she needs to solve, okay? Um but yeah, she doesn't know what she wants to be. I'm hearing her identity. She's lost. Okay, that is why she constantly speaks out about political issues. But when people come to her about political issues, she's like, oh, what, why the fuck are y'all coming to me about political issues? She said it just like that. She was like, why the fuck are you guys coming to me about political issues? I'm a pop star. And then when it's time to do pop star things like say hi to the fans, oh, why are you fans coming to say hi to me? I'm not your friend. You know, you guys are weird. I don't know you. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Like, move aside, ho. Like, move to the side. Let somebody else take her spotlight. Okay, take that bitch mic. Let somebody else take her spotlight because clearly you don't want it bad enough. Okay. I'm also seeing that not only is she going to isolate herself from her fans, but people in the industry are also going to distance themselves from her as well. Because one thing Hollywood hates is somebody that that you're unable to work with, somebody that is hard to work with. And I see in the beginning when she blew up, everybody was like, "Okay, cool. Like, who's this chaperone chick? She looks good. Like, she looks badass, right?" And then clips of her they see these clips of her trending on social media, and they're like, oh, like, wait a minute. Like, I don't really like people don't really like what they see, and so they take a step back. They're like, whoa, okay, we didn't know she get down like that. All right, time to chuck up the deuces, right? It's getting a little bit too real. It's getting a little bit too crazy, you know? And I think it's her unpredictability that people don't really like in the industry. People in the industry, listen, when you become famous, they want to make sure you're tight-lipped, okay? You're not gonna speak out about this. If I show you this, you're not gonna talk about it. They want to make sure your lips are shut. And her unpredictability, kind of like I said, similar to Kanye West, is what makes her um a liability, right? I see people and brands wanting to work with her in the beginning, but they no longer they start to pull away from her because she's proving to be a liability at this point, right? Like I'm hearing she has no self-control. Um so yeah, there's that. I'm also hearing that she's just gonna be known as a diva, and nobody wants to be working with a diva. Not in that kind of way. Okay, nobody wants to work with somebody that's difficult to work with. I'm just hearing she complains a lot. Like she's a whiny baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's a whiny bitch. Okay, she's a bitch. No shade. She's a bitch. Um, and yeah, I'm hearing, when she works with people, she's difficult to work with because she's always finding an issue with something. Again, this is her hurt inner child that is speaking. Um, and yeah, again, I feel like I'm picking up a bit of borderline personality disorder because there are certain things that she thinks is normal, but it's not normal. Okay. So, like, for example, when she comes out and she's constantly speaking about something negative, you know what I mean? Like, oh, don't fucking approach me, or oh, don't fucking ask me for help. I'm not a political representative, or oh, who would want to have kids? Kids are miserable. For to her, it's like, oh, well, I'm just expressing my opinion. Like, how am I in the wrong, right? Like, what are people finding wrong with this? Like, I'm just expressing my opinion. But to us, it's like, damn, sis, why are you always negative? Why are you never talking about anything positive? Why are you so negative? But to her, it's like, oh, I'm just expressing my opinion. This is just how I feel, right? And it's like, yes, you should be allowed to express your opinion, but to what extent is it always going to be negative, right? So, yeah, she doesn't see the weird shit that you know what I mean. She doesn't see how she could be a little bit of a weirdo. I'm also getting that she's flip-floppy when it comes to people in her personal life. Like, one second she likes you, the next second she doesn't. um Again, it's nothing I really feel like medication can really solve. I just think there she needs to see a therapist. Like, not even trying to be funny, like, no, she seriously does need to see a therapist, okay? um I don't know, I even feel like any relationship that she's in, like, I don't see it lasting long unless the person is really down to deal with her constant switching, ever changing personality. Like, again, I just feel like her identity, she doesn't really know who she is, and hopefully she finds who she is. In the end, I don't know if Chappell Roan's career will last very long. I just feel like she despises fame. She likes the good parts of fame, like getting money and shit, but she despises fame. Also, let me say this, the things when she comes out and she makes a speech, like, even when she's accepting an award, like, her award is like, oh yes, thank you for this award, but when I was growing up and when I was trying to get this shit, I went through hell. Y'all put me through hell to get this award. You know, it wasn't easy. I was crying. It's in a whiny way, which go off, sister. Like, yes, you know, the industry is very exploitative, but at the same time, like, why can't it just be happy? Like, what? Anyways, when it comes to these political issues and her being an activist and a feminist, I wouldn't stand behind her on that shit. I wouldn't really trust her. You can, so Chaperone is somebody where you can't trust her as far as you could throw her. Okay. When she's talking about this shit, I feel like she's just more so, she's very selfish. Okay. I feel like maybe she was pushed to a position, I don't know, where she had to be, I don't know. But she's very selfish, okay? She's very selfish. So when she's talking about these issues, she's just speaking from her perspective. She doesn't care about the collective, okay? She doesn't care about the collective having to fight for where they want to be and this, that, and the third. Like, that's what makes her, she's very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. That's what makes her so hypocritical, all right? Like, she may act like she cares about the collective, to a certain extent she does, but also, like I said, with these celebrities, it's all about themselves, okay? As long as it feeds their pockets, as long as they're good, then that's all that matters, all right? So that's pretty much all I have to say. Like I said, chaperone, the root of all of this is something to do with her inner child. She is mentally, I wouldn't say she's intellectually, but I would more so say she's like mentally stunted at the mindset of, I'm picking up like a 16-year-old. I wouldn't even say 17 or 18. Like, no, it's giving like 16, 15-year old. And that is why she may come off as a little bit immature and just kind of bratty. Like, there's not one point where I really seen Chaperone come out and truly be thankful for where she's at. And I'm not saying she has to grovel and beg, but like, sis, at least show some type of appreciation. Like, you know what I mean? I'm also hearing when it comes to people in her personal life, she just has an attitude. Like, I feel like she can, like, her mood, and I think that's the bipolar probably. Like, she has a very like moody kind of nasty attitude. Um and I feel like people almost feel like they have to walk around eggshells with her because she's easily offended for some reason, or like I said, she's just moody. She's just moody, and I feel like that has something to do with her, you know, I just heard maybe a chemical imbalance or something like that. So, anyways, moving forward, I just feel like the only way to solve her attitude and this issue is to truly accept, right? I feel like first she has to accept that she has a problem, right? And once she accepts that she has a problem, it is time for the internal work, right? It is time to visit a therapist if you need help, which I would recommend her to do, processing certain information. And stop taking criticism as like, oh my gosh, they're attacking me. Like, people are not attacking you if it's the fact, okay? If it's the truth, then sister, like there's something about you that you need to change, right? Everybody can't be saying the same thing and it's just we're pulling this shit out of our ass. Like, no girl, you genuinely have something you need to work on, right? And it's okay. We all have things we need to work on. Stop viewing it as an attack. I feel like her career could last so much longer than what she's making it if she just switches her attitude. Like, if she just does the internal work, her career could last a lot longer, but I feel like she's almost gonna blackball herself, okay? She's going to blackball herself with her nasty attitude, all right? I even see people like they're seeing the clips and they're like, ah, who knows? Maybe she's just being funny, maybe she's just being edgy. And then they meet her in real life and it's like, no, she's actually like that in real life. Like, this isn't just for, this isn't just for the cameras, this isn't just for the fans. Like, she's like that with everybody. And to her it's like, oh, I'm setting boundaries. Yes, but you're abusing the boundaries at this point. Like, there's nothing wrong with setting boundaries, y'all, but that's like, say for example, I'm like, oh, you can't talk to me right now because I'm setting a boundary. I didn't consent for you to talk to me right now. Like, it's extremist. I'm not gonna lie, she has very extremist views and claims, and the more extremist she is, the more it's gonna push people away. But yeah, she came out and she was like, how can these girls, I'm pretty sure she was referring to Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know why whenever I think of her, I think of Sabrina Carpenter sometimes. But she's like, how can these girls tour, eat, sleep, sing, practice, perform? Sister, you either got it in you or you don't. Honestly, I feel like in the end she's gonna look back and be like, I should have stayed a indie artist. Maybe the tours are not for you. That's okay. You don't have to, like, again, is somebody holding a gun up to your head, sister? Like, are you being forced to do this? You don't have to do this. Like, she's comfortable being an indie artist. I think that's where she thrives. Tours, maybe that's not for her. Go back to being an indie artist, a smaller artist, so you don't have to do the big tours, okay? Yes, you're in a competitive field, and if you can't keep up, baby, you gotta go. Can you keep up? You gotta go, okay? Miss Sabrina Carpenter, she's doing the damn thing. She's coming, she's from here to Kingdom Come, bitch. Like, she's going everywhere performing, and she doesn't look tired at all. At least not with the makeup on. Her hair is always slayed. She's always performing, always putting on a great show. It's not meant for everybody, and maybe it's not meant for you. Just say the word, sister. Just say the word. Her ego and her not being healed from the past is going to be her downfall. I feel like she still views herself as that outcast she was whenever she was in school or whenever she was a teenager. Okay? What an interesting case. Very chaotic energy, I will also say. Very chaotic. Like, I also feel like there's something with her and men. It could have started from her father figure if she had one in her life, or just like maybe her experiences in school. Like, there's something about her experiences in school when she was young and just some of her family experiences that shaped her views around men. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going through my, like, I kind of don't really like men phase, so I get it, but she constantly talks about it. Like, she constantly talks about how men this, that, and the third, whatever. White feminism in its truest form. Okay, Chappell Roan is the definition of white feminism at its truest form. Okay, I just feel like she was better off keeping her mouth shut. Like, she was better off being like a Sia, like just doing her music and then getting the fuck out the way. Soon as she started touring on social media, whatever, like, yeah, people, they're seeing the flaws and it's not looking too good, sister. All right. Okay, like, you want to be a pop star, but being a pop, like pop, Sabrina's pop. Do you want to be a pop star or do you just want to be like an indie rock star? Because there's a difference. If you want to be a rock star, then cool, you could do that grungy shit. You know what I mean? You could do the grungy, fuck my fans, like, you could do that shit. But if you want to be a pop girly, you're gonna have to fight with Sabrina for that spot. And it looked like she winning, okay? It looks like Sabrina's gonna win that spot. Okay, pop girlies, they love the fans. Like, you can't call yourself a pop star and then the same breath say, like, just express so much disdain for your fans. Like I said, in the root of it all, I feel like she doesn't truly know who she is because of this unhealed childhood part of her. And hopefully she finds that part of her. Hopefully she heals that part of her. Okay. I feel like in her head, she thinks that she doesn't understand why she's being perceived the way she's being perceived because in her head it's like, "Oh, I'm cool. Like I'm expressing how I feel." You know what I mean? This is just my expression of myself. But you're not expressing yourself the right way. It's not always what you say, it's how you say it. All right? And I feel like that's a lesson she needs to learn as well. But who am I, right? She can only learn if she feels like there's something she needs to learn. All right? I also feel like Hollywood is definitely gonna think she's weird. Like I feel like there's some people that are like, oh, that Chaperone chick, like she's artistic, but she's kind of weird. Kind of like how they view Doja Cat, like they don't really know what to do with her. I also feel like this. She's in a victim complex. Again, this is due to something she experienced in her life, or just due to her life experiences as a whole. She has this victim complex. That's why she's constantly always like, "Woe is me! How am I gonna be an artist and I have to tour and sing and dance all day?" There are people slaving away, girl. Suck it up, Buttercup. Like seriously, in this recession too. But anyways, yeah, I feel like she's still in this victim complex, and I'm gonna extend some compassion because I was in a victim complex too for like a majority of my life because of what happened to me. Like once you're victimized, it's hard to get out of that victim mindset. But that is when you have to learn the beauty of internal and external locus of control. Let me say that again: internal and external locus of control. You need to learn the concept of internal locus of control, meaning I have the ability to control my environment, my surroundings, and what happens in my life. External locus of control is that woe is me, things keep happening to me. I have no ability to control what happens to me. It is all on external factors and outward circumstances, right? She needs to learn that you have the ability to control what it is you want to control. Instead of constantly being like this, woe is me, because you have been victimized, learn from those victimizing experiences and take control. Right? Instead of constantly coming from this, oh my gosh, my life sucks, because that's what makes her sound like a brat, right? You're not really being thankful for what you have. Okay. Moving on. I just feel like because of that, because she's so selfish and she's very self-centered, um, there's a part of her that is like a little bit unrelatable. Like I don't think she truly understands the struggle people be going through nowadays. Like I don't know. She's a brat. Okay? Like she's the definition of a brat. And I feel like the people around her that are like, yes, girl, you go, girl, keep cursing people out for no reason. Like, y'all are gonna help her downfall come a lot faster than it needs to, okay? But yeah, karmically, she needs to deal with these issues she's had since childhood. She needs to solve. Just go visit a therapist, okay? That's my best advice. Go visit a therapist and stop lashing out on us based off what happened to you when you were a kid or when you were younger, all right? That is my psychic intuitive reading of Chaperone. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I feel bad for whoever's in a relationship with her because, ooh, child, that's a piece of work. That is a piece of work. Dealing with somebody that's always complaining, whether it's about you, the relationship, or something else, ugh, like I just feeling like being in her energy is so draining. That's what I feel. I feel like being in her energy is like it's like taking care of a baby. Like it's so draining. You have to attend to their needs constantly. There's no real equal give and take because she's constantly like take, 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 take. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. See you guys on the next one. This was long. I always try to make my videos short. Like the video, don't skip the ads, comment down below your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later. Mwah.